The other day, I made a post in the Facebook group. You can just link for that in the description down below. And I asked, what questions do you have? You've got the Q's, I've got the A's. Let's roll. That's right, guys, we're back. Today, we're gonna have a Q&A video. I made a post in the Facebook group a week or so ago, and I just kind of let you guys post questions on there. Some of them got likes, some of them didn't, but it doesn't really matter. I just picked the ones that I thought were interesting, that might be interesting to you, and I felt like answering. If you have other questions that I do not answer here today, put them in the comment section down below, and we'll do a follow-up video in the next few weeks or something, and we'll figure that out. But let's start with the first one from my buddy Austin Nicholas, who says, how do you handle negative feedback on your level? All right, let's throw this out there. Now, number one, I'm not on a level. I'm just here. I'm on YouTube. I've been doing this for years and years and years. And negative feedback it's a given. It's a gimme. It's one of those things, like if you can't take negative feedback, you're not gonna last very long on YouTube. There's trolls out there that just are trolls for the sake of being trolls. And that's fine. And then there's those who give negative feedback on that are genuine. Why didn't you include this pose? Why didn't you include this character? When are you gonna, why didn't you show this angle? Those kind of stuff, right? And then there's the other ones going, hey, you just suck. I don't like you. There are times when that negative feedback gets to me, like up here and here, and it's just like, sometimes it's a bit much, and I may step back for a day or so, and I'll go, hey, you know, that kind of bothers me. There was definitely a time when, or there are times, it kind of goes in cycles, so it was a time. There are times where some posts get to me a little bit more than others. Generally though, I'm pretty thick-skinned, and I just don't let it bother me all that much, but there are times when it's just like, the world sucks. Sometimes, to be completely honest. I've said my fair share of mean things too. We're human, we do that. So I try to take that into account as well. And I go, hey man, you've said some things that are kind of like, you could come off as a jerk sometimes. And I 100%, I understand, I've been there. We all say things we regret sometimes. However, we just got to move past that and kind of move on with our lives. Daniel says, do you think InArt will really challenge Hot Toys after just one figure release? No. I don't think one figure's release is enough to be a challenger. I think they did a fantastic job with their one figure release. However, Hot Toys has a decade or more of collecting, manufacturing. They've built a customer base. They've built a distribution system, which includes the United States, which InArt doesn't currently have for their DC license. So no, I don't think they can just yet. Now, if they start acquiring other licenses, I'm looking at you, Star Wars, not necessarily Marvel, we got enough Marvels, but Marvel, Star Wars for the US, and they start producing those figures, then they will, but I think that, honestly, I think they're years behind where they want to be. I think that's the case. If we're going to talk about a challenge to Hot Toys, I just think that they're just not there yet. They have potential, and I like what they're doing. But they got a couple problems with them. One is the limited licenses. That's going to be a problem for them. Number two, the speed in which they're producing figures. While it is on a higher scale, in my opinion, that Joker is unbelievable. Check out that review up there. It is on a higher scale than Hot Toys as far as details and manufacturing. I think they've got that. However, the speed at which they're releasing things, they're not there yet. They're not there yet. So they have some areas of opportunity. The other thing I would say is, and this isn't limited to the InArt, but just happens to be what happened with the InArt Joker. Releasing figures or statues or what collectibles in general in batches is a terrible business move. If you're one of the lucky ones that gets one of the first batch, the other collectors around and are jealous of whatever you got first, which is natural. We're collectors, how it goes, right? But then they get salty. They get salty and they go, hey, where's mine? And then they start hitting up the retailers or resellers or distributors or wherever they're getting their items from. And they hit them up and they go, hey, what about this? What about this? When's this coming? When's this coming? And the resellers, the distributors, retailers, whatever one it is, they got no answers because they're not in control. They're literally just the middleman of the product, right? And so that's releasing them in batches is just a terrible idea. I wish all of the manufacturers out there would just completely eliminate the whole batch system and just say, hey, look, we made 5,000 of this or 10,000 of this. Here you go. When they're ready, they're released and you're done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And that's it. I really, even Bella and Tucker agree. I don't know if you guys hear them, but they agree. I really would like to see the batch system just completely eliminated. I'm not a fan of it. Just make your product when it's ready, ship it. Simple business strategy. It alienates your customer. It alienates your middleman, your distributors, and just puts everybody in a bad light. All so you can get I'm not even sure what the benefit is. What's the benefit of getting them in batches? I really can't think of one. You can let me know in the comment section down below. But do I think InArt has the ability to challenge them? Yes, but they're not ready just yet. That was a long-winded answer, and I make no apologies for it. Moving on, Drophead says, when are we getting another collection tour? I've seen this question a pile of times, which is why I wanted to include it in this one. And the answer is, I have no clue. I don't know. If you can see over here, there's probably 60 figure boxes plus probably 10 statue boxes. If you remember the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana goes in there and there's that's what it looks like right now. It's crazy. I have built custom cabinets, so I've got that going on, but they're not done. Right now, I'm navigating 2 businesses, YouTube and home life. So collection tour, the collection room is not really, it ain't ready. So before the end of the year, it's best I can do. And I'm very sorry. That's a terrible answer, but it is what it is. My buddy Ken says, do you miss standing in line at cons? No, I do not miss standing in line at cons. I miss hanging out with my buds, my friends, and meeting new people. I do miss that. Hanging out at line in cons. No, no. I do not miss that at all. But thank you, man. We got to get some coffee this weekend, so I'll meet up with you. Michael says, since you moved to a new house, has your space for collecting increased or decreased? Also, by how much? The space for collecting has increased. I have a larger space now than I had in the previous home. We have a smaller house. We downsized. There's only 2 of us, so a smaller house. But my collection room essentially doubled. So I actually have my YouTube set up here, and then I've got the gaming wall, photography wall, a table area. I've got a lot of stuff going on right here, and I haven't 100% settled on where stuff's going to end up, but it has doubled, and I have a good amount of space. That being said, it's never enough space because I don't like displaying stuff so crowded. Like, it drives me nuts to have like 12 figures on one shelf. I just hate it. I don't like the way it displays. These things are so amazing. To have them crowded and bunched together, it takes away from me. So right now, yeah, that's the answer. Mike says it seems, this is a spicy one. Mike says it seems like your videos and collecting in general has slowed down a bit. Is it the move, space constraints, or are you losing interest in hot toys? I know my collecting habits wax and wane, so I'm curious. The answer is, I've been busy. That's the short answer. It definitely has not slowed down on collecting. I've just been busy. Like I said, got 2 businesses to run, got home life, farm life, goats, building things. Just busy, honestly. But my collecting is not slowed down. I have skipped on some non-essential collectibles, even to make reviews on. I don't feel a need to buy everything. I don't think that's the thing. There was a time when I bought everything to review, and then I found myself going, I don't really want to review this. Like, I only want to review things I want. That's it. That's it. I don't want to review things that are boring to me, or I don't want to review things because I feel like I owe you guys a review on said product. I don't want to do that. That is the trap you get into when you're doing this YouTube thing and you're doing collectibles, as you feel like you have to buy everything and you feel like you owe it to the community to do the reviews. There was a time that I may have thought that, but No, you'll go crazy doing that. You can't do it. Not to mention, you end up spending time of your life reviewing something you don't want to do, and life's too short to do that. I don't want to do, like, you know, I'm only allowed so many minutes on this planet. I don't want to do it. So there's that. So I hope that answers your question. I'm definitely still collecting, definitely still making videos. So stay tuned for that. Just time. Jazzy says, what camera and lenses do you set up to use for your pictures and your favorites? So I have several cameras I've collected throughout the years. So I'll give you a couple. I have Canon, well, we'll go back a day. The Canon 5D Mark II, that's old. Still a freaking fantastic camera if you can buy one. Canon R, Canon R5, Canon EOS M50. I would like the M50 Mark II, but I have a feeling sometime this year they'll release a Mark III, so I'm just going to skip the Mark II and go to Mark III. I think that's probably going to happen for mirrorless. But definitely mirrorless is definitely the way to go. Lenses-wise, usually a 70-200, a 24-105, a 50 mil. Those are usually the YouTube-ish lenses that I'll end up using, all Canon L lenses. And that's typically what I shoot. Now, it's a very expensive hobby to get into. You don't have to. You can certainly make videos on a cell phone. You can definitely do that and take photos on a cell phone. I'd say more or less the lenses are where the money goes versus the camera bodies. Camera bodies come and go, whatever. Lenses, keep them forever. Lighting, on the other hand, I have so many lights, it is ridiculous. Strobe lights, LED constant lights, just little light, well, this little kicker light, this gold light right here. I got another little M light, Godox light over there. I have piles of lights. So I have a lot of light. Not sure where we're at on the time of this video. If you're still here, if you are, hit the thumbs up button, put a next question down below. Darian says, how do you know what to sell or move on? I have a lot of 6CL figures and more on the way, and I barely have room for what I have now. But there also isn't many, if any, figures I want to move on. So how do I decide what to sell, what to keep, that kind of stuff? The answer is, when I get bored of something, it goes. I'm not sentimental about most anything. That's just me. But when I get bored of something, it goes. So let me give you an example. Over here, you guys probably can't see it's behind the camera. Over here, I probably have a dozen Spider-Man figures from the video games and just different Spider figures that I literally have taken. They're still packaged from when I moved. They're still there. Now, you guys know I love my Spider peoples. I'm a big fan. But some of those guys got to go. The video game ones, they're probably going to end up going. Do I need them? No, I like them. I enjoy them. But do I need them? And does it fit the vision for my collection room? And right now, I'm not so sure they do. So I haven't made a decision yet. But I'm not so sure they fit the vision for the room and the space I want to occupy. So, yeah, you just got to do whatever feels right. Here's a good thing about collecting, especially Hot Toys. You can always get them back. If you made a mistake, you can always get them back. That's all I got for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any other questions that did not get answered, or maybe you just didn't like my answer. And maybe you want to be the negative feedback person. I don't know, whatever that is. But let me know in the comment section down below. As always, click what you like. See you next time. Now, I would be a terrible, terrible human being if I did a Q&A video and did not answer the one question that one person has asked me 75,000 times. I'm looking at you, man. And honestly, I knew I was making this video, so I just kind of waited on this. You didn't know I was making this video, so sorry about that. But on Instagram, on Facebook, and probably on Twitter somewhere, and maybe somewhere on freaking MySpace, I've been asked this question by the same fellow. And it is, where did I get these shelves back here? Where did I get these on my wall, where these things are? And I'm going to answer that right now with a link, in an Amazon link down here. That's where I got them. All they are is cast iron brackets to go on the wall, and the glass shelves are from my previous display. If you remember all my my glass display case I had my other setup. In fact, there's a link up there for that room tour. Go check that one out. I literally just took those glass shelves and put them up there. Now, the glass plates you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot or Amazon. You can buy glass plates. But the actual brackets, Amazon, man. I think they were like 30 bucks or something like that. I'm sorry I didn't answer that question sooner. Hope you don't hate me for that, but there it is, guys. As always, collect what you like. See you next time.